The following program is a Seven Sports presentation.
Hello everyone and welcome to Seven's Big League once again. In this event, of course, the preliminary final. The winner goes into the grand final against South next week. Well, in the North's dressing room, everyone's on pretty good terms with themselves, and why shouldn't they be? The Devils have had a week's rest, and they watched their opponents today, Valleys, go through a pretty tough affair with South last week. Front rower Stan Napa is their only loss from the semi-final team. He broke a thumb in that match against Brothers. However, they have a ready replacement there in the tough campaigner in Shane Bernarden. New Zealand international Mark Graham showed outstanding form in the match against the Brethren, and with some great attack also from Nev Draper, they had the opposition in tatters on that occasion. It'll pretty much happen that way again today. Add to this the slashing attack from the fullback spot and Joe Kilroy, and Norths are looking good. Coach Graham Lowe has this team tuned to the minute, but he knows just what he's up against with that tough campaigner Ross Strudwick. Well, injuries in the Valleys camp have dominated the league scene during the week. Wally Lewis, Ross Strudwick and Al McGuinness have all had their share of problems. And on top of the loss of Peter McQuirter, the diehards followers have had some anxious moments this week. Peter Affleck takes the spot left vacant by the withdrawal of McQuirter, and if he can reproduce the form he showed last week in that position, then Valleys, I'm sure, will be fairly happy. Captain coach Ross Strudwick will be looking for a big showing today from Brian Niebling. He shouldered the burden last week following the loss of Wally Lewis, and he'll be expected to repeat the dose in this match today. Valleys have had their share of problems, but there are a few league followers who would be prepared to write them off in this match. And here's the Valleys team led by captain coach Ross Strudwick. A lot of pressure on Strudwick during the week. And there's the team. Mills, the fullback. The wingers are Falvey and Muir. Klein and Wheeland in the centres. Affleck 5'8", Strudwick halfback and captain. Wally Lewis in the side. Summer. McSween comes in there for Brian Niebling in the front row. Brodie, Richards and McGuinness. And of course the coach is Ross Strudwick. Here's the Northern Suburbs team. Fullback Kilroy, Bird and also Warnock are the wingers. Dunn and Dutton in the centres. 5'8" and captain is Mark Murray. Halfback Ross Hendrick. Nev Draper the lock forward. Graham and Walker in the second row. And Hughes, Canescu and Bernard in the front row. And of course, the coach for Northern Suburbs is Graham Lowe. Referee Eddie Ward blows the whistle and they're underway in the preliminary final for the 1980 league season. And that's Alan Mills, the Valley fullback, to drop back there. Did he knock it on or did he knock it back? Knocked it back, says referee Ward. There's the kick underneath. Same tactics as we had last week. But Kilroy's there, goes to the crowd with it. But he'll get up. He's not going to get into a kicking duel. He's going to decide to run. Starts to move a little bit before he'll be put down. He's a couple of metres short of the halfway. Away from dummy half this time is Bird. Richards over there to wrap him up and put him to the ground a couple of metres from the halfway mark. About to play it. See there the results of matches between the two teams this year. And it's 2-1 in Valley's favour. About to play it now with Canescu up as dummy half. Over to Henrik. Henrik charged over there by McSheen. Back it came this time to Murray though. He'll be put down a couple of metres inside Valley territory. About to play it. Canescu dummy half again. This is Graham. Campbell Hughes. And the big roar from the crowd for the Zulu. But he's knocked it on. Maybe the roar frightened him, Mick.
Actually, probably just the nerves, Bill. Big game, and they find it hard to concentrate straight off like that.
Well, the players will be watching in this first part of the match will be Strudwick and Lewis, two that have been under a cloud for injury this week. And just seeing how they measure up. There's Hendrick away down the side of the scrum. Quickly will be wrapped up though. That's Mills and Strudwick. A bit of a blue going on between Bernard and the two props from both sides, still having a bit of a tussle. Meanwhile, head-butting and all coming in here now.
It's getting worse, yes. Bernarden's having the better of it so far. They're not going to give up.
That's Canescu about to play it now. From the play the ball to Hendrick. Still going up the centre. There's Murray. Murray's out of the tackle. He's going to score. Underneath the post goes Mark Murray, and that's the first try of the match. Away they went for a big try for Northern Suburbs, and what a great start for them in this one. They go to a lead of 3 points to 0.
And an early start. And Murray really a solo effort. Straight past the defence. Actually, the defence, I don't think it touched him. He was just evading it as he tripped there. Under the post, and North's off to a flying start. Valley's in trouble straight off.
Well, we'll get a good idea of this from the head on, and you'll be able to see just whether the defence did get anywhere near him. Here he is, setting sail up the centre. Dived at by Mills. He got away from Mills. A little bit knocked off balance there, but then gained his momentum once again. He could see that line, and there's nothing was going to stop him at that stage. Meanwhile, those two props are being called out. Shane Bernarden and Craig Brodie, and they've been spoken to by referee Eddie Ward. I think a lot of the crowd were watching that rather than what was going on up front. Some of the Valley players might have been.
Well, I was watching it. I had to keep watching it, Bill, watching back play, and Shane Bernarden, I think, came out a few points ahead.
Well, this will be Warnock now attempting to get the 2 points on the board. And in the in-goal area, you notice the huddle there with captain coach of Valleys, Ross Strudwick, and obviously he's got plenty to say to his team at this early part of the match. Bad laps to start the day off. Warnock kicks into a little bit of a breeze blowing downfield, which means the Valleys have it with them in the first half. Here is Warnock, ready for the shot at goal. Good idea there of what's happening. No doubt about it, through it goes. So that gives Norths an early lead after 3 minutes of play. They lead Valleys by 5 points to 0. Strudwick still talking to his players down in the in-goal area, and referee Ward calling them up, gesturing away there to the Valleys team to get up and play. Strudwick using all the tactics in the book.
Actually, it's not good to upset the referee. If something goes your way and it's even, Stephen, he just might not play the advantage rule later on if he sees something, if you start those sort of tricks.
The referee Ward just having a word to Strudwick as they arrived on the halfway mark. This is Lewis to kick off. A big long one, carrying down over the head of Draper. It'll go through to Bird, the winger. Bird will start to move. Runs into his opposite number there in Falvey, coming in to put him over. Draper, still going Draper, looking for support. There's Konescu coming up. McSheen underneath, and over the top, Brodie was the other tackler. Bernarden, Henrik, Kilroy. Lost the ball, Kilroy, straight in the hands of Lewis. Lewis straight ahead.
A little bit of treatment in there for Lewis.
Yes, he certainly knew all about it. Put to the ground, about to play it. Klein away from dummy half, trying to bustle his way through. About 25 metres out from the Norths line. Norths with a lead of 5-0. Strudwick and to Affleck. This is Summer. Trying to get around the corner to Richards. Richards broke out of one tackle. Knocked over by Henrik and eventually going to be finished off in the tackle of Bird. McGuinness. Whelan. Strudwick. Affleck again. Well wrapped up over there by Mark Murray. Nice tackle. This will be Strudwick again, penalty.
Went on with it far too long. All his good work undone. Silly play by Murray. Silly.
So now it'll be Wally Lewis to kick the touch. And we haven't had a good look at Lewis stretching out with the ball as yet, so we can't get any idea about his fitness. Maybe that's going to be the plan. Time will tell. Richards to Strudwick. Then he gets it away this time to Brodie. Back over there to McSween. He's lost it. Regathered by Valleys, but the referee to play the knock-on.
Oh, and a good rehearsed move in the middle of the ruck. McSween bringing it all undone by putting the ball on the turf.
Well, McSween came on last week from the start of the match and was eventually replaced by Niebling. And that's probably the way it'll end up this week. Let's see the strike rate there. And Alan Mills with the chance to get the first points on the board. Norths with a lead of 5-0. 5 minutes gone in this, the first half. A little bit of a late start today. We had the scores level at the end of the reserve grade, so it was 10 minutes extra after that.
Quite an exciting game too, wasn't it, Bill?
While Alan Mills is lining up for this shot at goal, Terry Spargo's down on the touchline for us today, and he has Bob Bax with him at the moment.
Bob, there was a report that Mark Murray had a case of the flu before he ran on today. The way he's playing, it doesn't look too bad. How is the flu?
Well, it's early in the game. He has had a touch of the flu, and he's had tablets for them and everything. It just depends on how he's going to run the last 20 minutes.
Reports about North's complacency in training. Were they complacent during the week?
Well, it appeared to me that way, but I'm sure they're not complacent. They weren't complacent in the dressing room. I just thought that we had too many well-wishers telling us how far we were going to win the grand final by.
All right, Bob.
There's the kick on its way. It's waved away. So the score remains North's leading Valleys by 5 points to 0. Bobby Bax there, one of the best-known rugby league men around the city. One of the shrewdest.
Oh, great coach.
And he's done a good job with Norths as president out there.
Yes, the club's come ahead in leaps and bounds.
McSween, then to Affleck. Run into a bit of pressure there.
So what you call it?
Richards. And there's about 3 men up each on each occasion for Northern Suburbs.
Their defence is very tight, Norths.
Very keen to get up and knock the man over. Strudwick. McSween out of the tackle. Up over the quarter line. Come up to Kilroy, but oh, nice tackle by the fullback. And tackle him in a touch. Well, the first real bit of attack we've seen from Valleys.
Yes, and he ran quite well. Actually, you saw him last week early, but he ran into Malmaninga on that occasion, then straight into the ground of Lang Park. It slowed him down for the initial break, and here's a penalty to Valleys.
Another one coming out of the scrum for Fortitude Valley. They've had 3 early penalties, 3-0 at the moment, penalties. So referee Ward is obviously going to endeavour to assert his superiority as the man in charge.
And this is the thing that Norths don't want to do. If you remember, they got into this position by not giving away silly penalties. But let's hope they don't carry on with this, because that lead could fritter away if Mills starts potting them over.
Well, they've lost a few games throughout the season due to the fact of a couple of points from time to time, haven't they?
Yes, just through infringements or putting on too much of the softening up business, which really isn't necessary these days.
Talking about kicking for goal, Alan Mills has a few words of wisdom about what he does when he's lining up for a shot at goal.
The main thing to think about is to watch the ball, forget the guys that are charging down at you, because if you've got 2 good wingers, and we've got 2 good wingers, they'll get behind you. So if you're jostled with the ball in the air and you haven't got it, it'll go behind you and the wingers will pick it up. But the main thing is to forget the guys that are charging down on you and just watch the ball. If you watch the ball, you'll catch it.
Alan Mills moving up for the shot at goal now. Here it goes, it's on its way. This one's there. No doubt about that one. Alan Mills puts it through. And North's the leading Valleys by 5 points to 2.
We're going to Tumut today. Our Stork girls down there have been finding housewives for us who don't usually buy Stork. Now we'll see whether the Stork taste test can change their minds. Hi, Suzanne. Who do you have for us this time?
Oh, Julie, Christine and Carol.
Thank you. Hi, ladies. Who's going to do the Stork taste test?
Carolyn.
You are Carol?
Yes.
Now, you don't buy Stork, do you?
No, I don't.
I wonder if you could describe the taste of your usual margarine.
No, I only use it because my mother-in-law put me onto it.
How does it compare with Stork?
Don't know, never tried.
Why don't we try?
Okay.
Stork taste test table's over here. Come on, girls.
Oh, thank you.
Now, when you've tasted this, I'm going to ask you again to answer that question. How do you compare the taste of Stork with the taste of your usual margarine?
Oh, it's really good. Right. Yeah, I'll have to change my mother-in-law's idea.
Stork. It's the one you buy for taste.
This is the incredible lightweight plastic 2-litre bottle from your Coca-Cola bottler. So light that 9 2-litre lightweight bottles weigh less than 1 glass bottle. So it's easier to carry home, easier to pour. And with the extra wide neck, easy to reseal too. And because it's plastic, it protects against life's hard knocks. It's light. It's tough. It's Coke in the new 2-litre plastic bottle.
Because at Festival you can buy quality at a discount price.
That's what it's about. A superb range of quality merchandise discounted. Because the people at Festival want your business. They'll go out of their way to give you the best discount price on any top brand, and they'll do it with a smile. Festival. City, Stafford, Indooroopilly, Salisbury and Ipswich.
Tuesday night at 7:30 on The World Around Us, Mike and Mel Leyland take us trekking across the border of New South Wales into South Australia, stopping off at country race meetings, colonial ruins and Aboriginal caves in the Flinders Ranges. Join the Leyland brothers in this exploration of our sunburnt country, next on The World Around Us, Tuesday night at 7:30 on 7.
Well, I don't think there's much doubt about who has the biggest lot of supporters here today, Mick.
No, self-explanatory by the hooting and hollering.
A lot of Devils people around here today. Canescu takes a tap. He'll send it away to Bernarden. Put over about 15 metres inside Valley territory. Gamble Hughes. Wrapped up by the Valley's defence. Johnson underneath and over the top was Niebling. They're the 2 replacement players. Mark Graham inside over there to Walker. He was stopped rather suddenly. Kilroy's up again as dummy half. Very venturesome, isn't he?
Yes, well, of course, they're winning all the balls, so why not? He can be up there as much as he likes.
This is Draper. He's been standing out most of the time and making that extra man to the back line has given Mark Murray just a little bit more room to move. This is Murray. Henrik will be wrestled to the ground over there by Niebling.
You know, it's happening. Norths have had that much ball that they're starting to know not what to do with the wretched thing.
That's Walker, getting it away to Graham. Graham unloaded back inside to Walker. Tackled by Niebling, but got it on to Bernarden, and he got it away. Affleck looked as though he's came off the stomach. Says the referee.
Knocked it back as well.
Strudwick to Lewis. Summer standing out wide. Ooh, gee, a little bit of Dutton coming up there at the centre Klein. Lewis to Klein. Motoring back into the centre of things and being securely wrapped up by Henrik and also Dutton. Johnson is dummy half. Lewis. Big long one this time. That's Strudwick standing wide. Dummying, trying to find a way up the centre. Has Affleck coming through with him. Affleck will be wrapped up. Still about 20 metres from halfway. 22 minutes gone in the first half. North lead is 5 points to 2 over Valleys. Final tackle. Dummy half. Affleck. Lewis kicks it, bounces back, going to be taken by Alan Mills. Here's a go. He gets it on to Klein. Klein gets it away to Whelan. Whelan with a little bit of room to move. Oh, the pass is knocked down. Rolls on the ground. Going back over there is Falvey. He's trying to clear it across field, but it's going to be wrapped up by Draper. And also coming in with a nice tackle this time is Brian Bird.
6 to go.
Lewis to Strudwick. Then away to Affleck. Affleck got it on this time to flying up there, McSween. About to play it now. Strudwick to Mills. But Arden didn't miss Strudwick in the tackle either.
Well, Strudwick went into top evasive action when he saw Bernarden coming.
Samba. Klein bumped out of Dunn's tackle.
He's impressive, this young kid, Klein. He's having a bit of a go today. He didn't get thumped straight off the bat and looks a lot better.
I think Mel Meninga took a bit of sting out of him. Gee, that's a nice long pass by Lewis. Strudwick puts the boot in. It's racing for touch. I don't think it's going to make it. No, it's not, but Kilroy's coming past, and there's Muir flying down at him also. Muir's up there as he got away from Muir. Don't get away from the next tackle, though. Bottled up and into touch by McGuinness and also Affleck.
And top defence from Valleys. Get up there and put pressure on Norths.
So we'll have a scrum coming up about 25 metres out now from the northern suburbs line.
Nev Draper getting back to that scrum very late. It's not even there yet.
Now this is a test for Johnson. Can he win some ball? It'll be put in by Henrik. Whole scrum screwing around, players going everywhere. Referee Ward wants it in again. Wants the whole thing to reform. So at this stage, Norths have had scrums 5-0. And Valleys have had penalties 5-2. In by Henrik. Gee, they're in there. Players in there everywhere trying to pick that one up. Now we see Draper on the burst up the centre. Geez, danger every time he's got the ball, but he's going to be wrapped up on the halfway mark. Whelan in the tackle. That's the halfway mark down. Murray got it back to Dunn. It's a big fella, takes a bit of pulling down.
Oh yes, Draper injured in back play again. Nev Draper, he's down. That's the second time in a minute.
This is Dutton, got it away over there to Walker. We saw him like that a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, in a final match of the season?
That's right, and he came back and played a killer of a game. That's true.
Large as life. This is Dunn. Wrapped up by Lewis, got it back to Murray. Kilroy. Away then this time to Murray, doubling around. He's still going. Oh, just ankle tapped over there by Whelan. Final tackle. Bird. Straight up the centre, Bird. Lost it. Can't be picked up. Going to be lost by Valleys. Picked up by Norths. Play on. Another 6 tackles. Hughes. Inside to Canescu. 15 metres out, Norths. Bernarden. Henrik. He propped. Trying to find that way up the centre. Now he gets a basket. Canescu lost it. Big chance for Norths.
Oh, bomb try. That's their second one, if we remember. Draper dropped the first one. And here he comes back late again, Nev Draper.
Here's a head-on coming up, and you'll see exactly what's happened here. There's Henrik, who'd propped. Now he's coming through, and there goes the pass, and Canescu, oh, gee, he wouldn't be too happy with himself. He saw that come up again.
1 metre out, and he's dropped it. Henrik set him up beautifully.
Now the North ball, I'd say. Henrik back there. It's pushed away by Strudwick. Kilroy will eventually end up with it. Kilroy running around, trying to straighten it up. Got the pass back. This could be danger. That's Dutton. Out of McSween's tackle. Can't get away from Lewis and Summer. And he'll be put down. They're 8 metres out, right in front of the goal post, as you can see. Dummy half is Hughes. Back to Henrik. Ooh, he's knocked over in a cruncher there. Tackle this time was McSween, and that hurt.
That was a good tackle, straight into the man.
Good, hard, legit tackle. Plays it, dummy half Hughes to Bernarden, then to Murray. Then got it away over there to Walker, standing wide, wrapped up. The Valleys defence holding up pretty well. There's been a couple of blemishes, particularly that early one of the match. That's Bernarden over to Draper, going to be wrapped up again. Final tackle. Dummy half Canescu. Murray. Then to Mark Graham. And he goes to the ground with the ball. And that's the end of the tackle count.
Henrik not well at all. Trainer with him, as you can see on the right-hand side of your picture. And there he is. He's trying to get up, but all systems are not go.
So now we'll see Nev Draper going in there as the half-back as this scrum packs down. Strudwick about to feed. Obviously hoping that Johnson can win a scrum, and he has. Goes the open side, still going Strudwick up over the quarter line. Didn't really stretch out, did he?
He's just taking it easy.
But here's the go now. Klein getting a one to Whelan. Whelan on to Falvey, drops, cuts back inside, got out of Bird's tackle, got away from Murray. Kilroy's coming at him. He's out of Kilroy's tackle. He lost his balance a bit, pushes away Murray. He's still going. Oh, what a run by Falvey. What a run.
That was a grand run, a great wingers run, that one.
And it puts Valleys on the attack. Back it goes to Whelan. North's at 6s and 8s. Valleys with 8 men over. Out
Whelan
in centre.
should have unloaded immediately.
Much quicker than this. Still might not be dead. Johnson getting it to Lewis. Lewis cutting back up the centre. He'll get it away to Niebling. Then to Affleck. Affleck to Whelan. Whelan down of one tackle. Whelan pulled down about 10 metres out. Coming up as dummy half is Klein. He'll get it away there to Summer. Summer got it on this time to Affleck. There's McSween. McSween bustling through. Pulled down a couple of metres out. Final tackle. Niebling, dummy half. Waiting for it now. They had Norths on the run then. Over to Affleck, trying to barge his way through. Pulled down a couple of metres out.
All he had to do was unload. Silly play by Valleys. Norths right on the defensive. All they had to do was move the ball on that occasion. And instead, Valleys tried to go under the post.
So now we'll see the scrum about to pack down, but down on the sideline with a report coming in. Here's Terry Spargo.
Neville Draper doesn't look very well at the moment. He's come out to the sideline. He's been looked at by 2 of the North's trainers. It looks to be an injury to the midsection or the higher part of the groin. And at the moment, he's not too fit as Graham Lowe comes out. So Neville Draper is in pain at the moment as they work on his ribs. He doesn't look too well at all on the sideline.
Well, that'll be a blow for Northern Suburbs if they lose Draper. He's been in great form these last couple of matches, and a worried-looking Bob Bax in the front row of that bench there. He's got a few words to say too.
Yes, well, Draper, as we were saying before, Bill, has helped to put Norths where they are. His play, general play, has been nothing short of outstanding. And, he's been worrying every team he plays, especially since he moved from centre back to lock forward, which is his ideal position. And at the back of the pack there, he's been having tons of fun, tearing the opposition to shreds.
Well, here's Alan Mills now, attempting to get another 2 points on the board for Fortitude Valley. That was a great run by Falvey.
Oh, yes, I can't remember a winger's run. He pushed off 5 or 6 players, and they were keen to put him on the turf, I might add.
Lost his balance on a couple of occasions. But he still managed to keep on going.
Well, that makes up for the disaster run he had last week, if you remember.
Alan Mills, the easiest kick he's had to date. Has been able to put over 1 from 2, but the ball has now fallen from the side. Well, Terry, Nev Draper looks as though he's recovered a little bit better and all set to come back on.
He's still not 100% yet, Bill. He still looks in a little bit of pain. They've worked on him. He did have a stomach cramp, but he's obviously decided he's well enough to go back on. He's on the sideline now, getting ready to go back onto the field.
Alan Mills, nice, close, tight shot of Mills and Shane Bernarden. Waiting there for the kick to come through. Here's Mills on his way now. There it goes. No doubt about it. Norths are leading Valleys by 5 points to 4 in the preliminary final.
Wallace Bishop proudly presents this slim, elegant new court watch from Seiko, which features a little more than you expected, like the day and date. 12 or 24-hour digital mode, which can be set for a second time zone. An alarm, and a stopwatch function. New from Seiko. The Seiko Duo. Now available at Wallace Bishop, the watch specialist. There's a store near you.
Big Rooster barbecued chicken, now on the Gold Coast Highway Mermaid Beach. They really care about everything. That's why nobody barbecues chicken like Big Rooster, and there's so many good things to go with it. Buttered corn on the cob, tender green peas, special chips and golden roast potatoes, chicken gravy. Here's a paradise pack with chips, a quarter of succulent chicken, banana royale, pineapple supreme, and lots more chips. It's time for Big Rooster, the real taste of chicken.
Looking for the best furniture bargains in Brisbane? Don't miss this final week of the Apollo Wing Ding sale. Save 20 to 30% on all showroom furniture. Sealy double ensembles, only $230. Save $250 on this Fleur Lounge. Bedroom suites, only $527. And this 7-piece dining suite, just $379. Save 20 to 30% now at Apollo, Mount Gravatt and Stafford.
Cashews for fashion nuts from Hollandia.
The federal election could be won or lost in Queensland. So, which are the seats that could return Fraser or give Hayden Australia's top job? Late night trading. Customers love it, but suburban shopkeepers are rebelling and are prepared to go into battle with the state government. A hypnotherapist claims he can guarantee the winner of the Brisbane League Grand Final. We put him to the test. And how do fat and flabby businessmen get themselves fit in a flash new rural retreat? They're some of our stories this week. State of Fair 6:30 here on 7.
Back onto the kick-off, ready for the kick-off, but Terry, Draper still hasn't come back onto the field.
No, Billy was waiting on the sideline to go on, but then the trainer came out again and the Norse doctors come out to look at Neville Draper. They pulled him back to the sideline. He's down just next to us here, and he doesn't look really well. He's suffering from what looks to be a pretty bad stomach cramp, and I don't think the doctor said take him off. It looks as though he's going to come off, Draper.
There's Alan Mills's kick. Kilroy's back there to take it. He hasn't got much pressure on him this time, but he hasn't got much room to move just the same. And there's McGuinness coming at him. He's shown a lot of fire today, McGuinness.
Yes, he's getting into it a lot more, which is good to see, Big Al. They need him today, Valleys, if ever they needed it.
That's Warnock being wrapped up now by Niebling. Bernarden is the dummy half. Bird chased over there by Johnston and put to the ground 10 metres from halfway.
Valley's defence still worrying me, Bill. Look, they're not going up in a line. They're standing back and allowing Norse to run onto the ball, and that just spells instant danger.
Now he's... Okay, waiting for the play of the ball. That's Henrik. Henrik across onto Bernarden. Bernarden got it away to Dutton. Dutton's going to be wrapped up, still on the halfway mark. Final tackle coming up now. Away from dummy half, Canescu gets it away to Henrik. Grab a kick for the line, goes straight to Dougie Muir. He's boxed it up and it's eventually found touch. And right down there in front of the player's entrance. And Terry Spargo has another report from us down there.
Well, the Norse doctor has had the final say and Neville Draper has left. Stan Napper is on. He's wearing two very heavily bandaged thumbs, but Napper on for Draper, who's left after a consultation with the doctor suffering from stomach cramp.
Waiting for the scrum to go down now. North have a lead of 5-4. There's 8 minutes to half-time. Another replacement coming up for Valleys, looks like. What's this one, Terry?
Mark Zillman, Bill, is going on. I'm just trying to work out who he's replacing. He's replacing Arch McSween.
Arch McSween coming off.
Mark Zillman on.
Zillman is on, thank you. Waiting for the scrum to go down, so Valleys making a few changes. Zillman, I thought, went well when he came on last week, Mick.
Yes, he was. It seemed to me a little bit short of a gallop. Bit big, bit, what shall we say, puppy, fat, flying around a little, but we'll see how he goes after that bit of a run last week.
Now the North scrum, and that's Canescu. Going to be towed through. Warnock's the dummy half to Henrik, then away to Murray, outside to Dutton. Kilroy again. Kilroy going to be wrapped up in a nice tackle this time by Affleck, the 5'8".
And North's already missing Nev Draper's attacking ability at the back of the ruck.
Napa. Almost, well, he bumped off the tackle of Affleck. From the play the ball, Bird back over there to Bernarden. Johnston is the tackler. He'll play it now. Dummy half Canescu, Henrik, Murray. Dunn turns it back inside to Mark Graham. He couldn't get away from Zillman's tackle. Dunn gets away from Klein. What's his pass on over there this time to Warnock, but Warnock's going to be wrapped up in the tackle of Doug Muir. That's the end of the tackle counter. We have a scrum coming up. So the attack for Norse from the back of the scrum there is obviously going to fall back onto Mark Graham.
He will have to do a lot more. And thinking about it, he hasn't done a lot so far in this particular game with Norse. When you think about it, having all the ball, he's been letting other players do it, so he'll have to start doing a bit himself.
Valley's finally getting this one after a bit of scrimping and scraping at the side of the scrum. That's Alan Mills. Oh, like you're looking for a dollar note, Mick. I think you'd been quicker to the dollar note than they were to the ball, eh? This is Klein. Ooh, Dunn was lurking up there waiting for an intercept.
That's his caper, isn't it?
I don't think Valleys will go in for any of that after last week. Lewis. Napa came at him. He dodged away from Napa. Can't get away from Hughes. The dummy half is Niebling. Waiting for it now to Strudwick. Struddy's going to put the boot underneath it. Could be all right, this one. Was it out? No, it's just out on the full. Just out.
1 metre, but it may as well have been 100 kilometres.
Waiting for the scrum to pack down now, just inside the Valley's quarter line. We've got more activity down there on the sideline. We'll have Terry to report in just a moment. It's been a busy half so far in replacements. This is Lewis. So Johnson has done something. He's got a bit of ball for Valleys.
Yes, just when they needed it. Actually, Valleys have been in trouble the entire first part of this game. They haven't been out of their own quarter on too many occasions.
McGuinness. Mark Graham eventually wrestling him to the ground. North's lead is 5 points to 4. Strudwick, then to Summer. Back it goes to Strudwick. He got away to Zillman. Zillman eventually going to be wrestled down. Johnson is dummy half. Lewis, Affleck, getting it away to Niebling, standing out wide. Haven't seen a great deal of Niebling since he's been on. This is the final tackle. Dummy half is Affleck to Lewis. Rubber kicks for touch. Bird is going back. It got away from Bird. Did it? He dived at it. It is right. Oh, he just pulled it up inside. Nice bit of work by Bird. He was under a bit of difficulty to get back.
Yes, he did well to keep that one in touch. Well done.
Kilroy to Dunn. Klein is in there trying to wrestle him to the ground and also trying to steal the ball. From the play the ball now. This is Canescu. Dummies. Wrapped up by Niebling. Now gets it to Henrik. Henrik away to Mark Graham. Graham to Murray, doubling around. Murray put over by Strudwick. Dummy half up there is the front rower coming through in Bernarden. And that is Peter Dutton. 5-4, North's lead. And they're 10 metres inside Valley territory. Mark Graham. Plenty of time to start moving. No one near him.
No, and he took his time about moving. Should have been moving before he received the ball. North's not looking good at all at present, Bill.
That's Napa. Now to Murray. 30 metres out from the Valley line, the final tackle and a scrum coming up, and some action coming in from the sideline. Terry Spargo.
Scott Szoslowski has been on the sideline warming up for the last couple of minutes. He's running on now. We're just waiting to see who he's gone in to replace.
Looks like...
yes, Russell Klein by the looks.
No, it's the fullback. Alan Mills going.
Alan Mills is coming back. Szoslowski on for Mills. Valleys weren't eager to make the replacement that quickly, but he's been out on the sideline for a couple of minutes, Szoslowski. It obviously looks as though it was planned.
Well, Alan Mills hasn't been in the best of fitness. We haven't seen much of that sidestepping of him. And it was expected that Szoslowski would come on. And I think after that little bit of a run, I'll be quite happy he did. Made a few metres for Valleys. Lewis to Strudwick. Well, maybe Valleys can settle down to this team they have out there.
I hope they do. It's like Central Station at present.
Well, we've warned Terry out. We won't hear from him for the rest of the game. That's Brian Niebling to Strudwick. Then away to Zillman. I think a few of these changes obviously have been worked out well beforehand.
Oh, true, but...
it doesn't really help, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't help the team either. Look, they're not sure what they're supposed to be doing, either side with the ball.
McGuinness back to Affleck. Affleck finding a bit of a gap up the centre. He's putting a little kick. Whether he ran into the player or was bumped back, we'll see. Yes, he's going to give it.
Oh, he ran into the player. That was well done by Affleck. He's only young, but his experience is...
Well, he's seen Struddy do a few things like that from time to time.
Plenty of times this season.
Maybe would have seen Bob Fulton on television somewhere too. He was a past master at that little episode. Runs up their back, they used to call it. We've got a replay coming up now. There's Affleck. Now there's his little chip kick. And straight into Dutton there.
Yes, it was a sort of six of one and half a dozen of the other.
A little bit each way, you reckon, Vic? Right now, here's a chance for Valleys. One of the few times they've been up in North's quarter. Let's see if they can make a bit more headway than they did last time.
Yes, and they've looked dangerous when they got up in this position on most occasions.
Back it goes to Lewis, bustling up the centre. He's coming up to Kilroy's away from Kilroy, and he'll score. Lewis is in. And if Valleys ever wanted a bit of brilliance from Wally Lewis, that was the time they wanted it. Valleys leading North by 7 points to 5.
Well, watch it. See, it's so simple. Lewis is such a gifted player. He must be quicker than he looks, because you watch this. Here it is. He gets the ball. Now he goes between the players. Now changes direction there.
Ooh,
see the change of direction?
Nothing wrong with that knee, Mick.
No, that knee's pumping beautifully there. He's away over the white line and down, taking no chances, no closer to the white post.
Here's a head on now, and you'll see Lewis coming straight at you. Strudwick with all the time in the world to stand there. Now here comes Lewis straight between the two of them. And Kilroy going one way, dived across. He would have just touched him.
Not good defence, Bill, from Gary Walker, the North second rower. He missed him badly. Was right-footed and may as well have been standing in the Frank Burke stand.
Well, there's Lewis on his way back. And a triumphant moment for the Valleys lock forward.
That is the fellow we saw limping into the dressing room, isn't it, Bill?
I think that was a little bit for the benefit of the media somehow.
I'm sure it was.
Yes, he was favouring that knee a bit when he was walking into the dressing room. Now Sislowski has been called into action. He'll take over the goal kicking from Alan Mills. And he's got a pretty easy kick too. Only got a bit of that wind, which has sprung up pretty strongly down that end, but no doubt about it, straight through the centre. So Valleys are able to open up a lead of 9 points to 5 over Northern Suburbs. This is Joe Kilroy now, coming back. Plays the ball, ready to get the play back into motion a couple of minutes from half-time.
I don't wish to reminisce, Bill, but young Solowski, he's the son of Gary Solowski from Toowoomba. Great player from up there, so they'd be quite happy up on the Downs if they're watching this to see young Solowski come on, young Scott, and perform well right off.
Well, he's done pretty well so far this season when he's been called on. That's Affleck over there. Dummy half waiting for it is Klein. Gee, that was a good psychological break for Valleys, I feel.
Well, you're right. They needed a try. Look at this long pass from Lewis.
Gives them plenty of room to move. Strandwick gets it away to Sislowski into the back line already. Taken pretty high by Dutton, but got his pass away to Niebling. Then away this time to Zillman. Valleys have come alive. Zillman will get after marvellous what a try can do.
Oh, it lifts the players, it lifts them. And Valleys needed that hello, play it, son, instead of fiddling about.
Strandwick getting it across over there to Johnson. Johnson with a long one, a wobbly one. They quickly spray it away, though. Affleck got it to Lewis. Here's a chance. There's nothing wrong with the knee again. Up over the halfway. Now he links up with Summer back in centre. Strandwick saying go straight ahead. And Summer eventually goes straight into the ground. Not too far ahead after that. Half-time hooter sounding as Johnson takes it away to Strandwick. Strandwick dummies. Now he sends a big long one over the top to Doug Muir. Muir cutting back inside. He got away to Strandwick. Strandwick keeps it alive. Gets it away this time to Affleck. If they let it go, it could be interesting. McGuinness is going to drop it back behind him. Dived on to recover. Eventually lost it through his legs, but the referee says it's half-time, and the half-time score here at Lang Park sees Valleys leading North by 9 points to 5.
Crunchy.
This'll change the color of your day, sweetheart.
Crunchy's the only honeycomb bar.
Covered in Cadbury Dairy Milk chocolate.
And the crunchy is so crisp and delightful. It just
melts in your mouth.
It'll change, it'll change. Enjoy the great taste of crunchy. It'll change the color of your day.
Hi, I'm Peter J. Shield. Meet me this week at Brookside Shopping Center as I go in search of ESP that happens to you. But you don't need ESP to see the hundreds of bargains at Brookside this week. ESP means extra special prices. Margarine, 59 cents. Polaroid sunglasses, $5. Super spanners, $1.89. Men's suits, $40. You're an extra special person at Brookside Shopping Center this week.
You can forget passports and all that fuss. They make it so easy for you.
But so easy to get here. Only 3 hours on the plane and you're across the Tasman.
There's a whole new world. Oh, thank you, George. The people here are really friendly.
And everywhere you go, the scenery's fantastic.
The meals were superb. Beautiful lamb.
Because at Festival you can buy quality at a discount price.
That's what it's about. A superb range of quality merchandise discounted. Because the people at Festival want your business. They'll go out of their way to give you the best discount price on any top brand, and they'll do it with a smile. Festival. City, Stafford, Indooroopilly, Salisbury and Ipswich.
Here now are a few scenes of the big movies coming soon to 7.
We invite you to share a unique experience, a motion picture that recreates in authentic detail the greatest adventure in the history of mankind.
Every year has its special film. This year, it's Storm Boy.
Charlton Heston stars as El Cid, the champion of his people, the hero of a nation he helped to create.
I love you, Rodrigo.
The big movies are coming soon to 7.
Second half of the preliminary final coming up, and that is Wally Lewis kicking to kick off. And I notice his right hand is bandaged up, Mick. That certainly wasn't there when he went in at half-time.
No, it wasn't there before, Bill. But then again, I'm beginning to disbelieve a lot of things that Wall has on.
Ball is going to be taken back there by Joe Kilroy. Kilroy coming up to the quarter line and eventually will be put to the ground, and that is McGuinness. Terry Spargo on the sideline. Any change in half-time, Terry?
No, Bill, no changes. Both teams have come out as they went in at the half-time break. Peter Dutton, the centre for Northern Suburbs, I noticed, had a pretty sore shoulder when he went to the break, but he's come out looking a lot freer, but no changes to either side for the second half.
Campbell Jews with the ball, held up about 30 metres out from the north
Niebling was
side.
injured then too. Niebling was injured.
Is he? Well, he can't seem to move off. Oh, yes, he's going back.
I don't know what he hit, but it was an accident. There was nothing diabolical about it.
He hit into Klein's head because he was holding on his head. But Terry, you can get a good look from there. What seems to be the problem?
Well, it's his nose, Bill. A little bit of blood and a cut on his nose at the moment. And he's copped a little bit of, a shake-up. He doesn't look too well at all. I think he may have contacted a boot, and there's quite a gash on his nose. It's starting to bleed quite freely now.
Ooh.
That was it, the clash of heads. Klein's holding his hair, Terry, and down he goes. He didn't move at all.
Yes, he's not too well, Brian Niebling, and there's a lot of blood coming from a cut on the side of his nose at the moment.
Well, we can see Klein over in centre field. He's been holding his head ever since he came back. But anyway, the play goes on. Here's Hendrick. They're going to put the kick underneath. Use that little bit of wind there. It's back over the head of Soslovsky, and it's got a fine touch. Nice kick. So Norse have learned something from the performance of Valleys in the first half.
Yes, and good to see them putting it back to Valleys, putting the ball in the air. Nothing Solowski could do about that one.
You just got a bit of a glimpse of Niebling before he went down into that scrum, and quite a deal of blood coming from his nose there. Strudwick, you can see in the background, chatting away to that front row. What's going to happen here? Penalty to Fortitude Valley. Moving off to Mark Norse?
No, not standing straight on. Not standing straight on, Bill, and that takes pressure once again off Valleys. They seem to be escaping, having a fair amount of luck today.
Well, Norse, when they've had the opportunities where if they really put the pressure on, I feel they would have had the better of Valleys, particularly after the first 20 minutes or so. In that time,
they had all the ball, didn't they? And didn't take full advantage of it.
Didn't drive it home.
No.
So Valleys were able to get off the hook a bit and come back with a half-time lead of 9-5. Still a lot of football left in this preliminary final, though. That's Ian Summer. Johnson, dummy half. Johnson with it to Strudwick. So Strudwick would be feeling pretty happy with himself at this stage. That's Napa. And Niebling coming in over the top. Here now we see Graham coming up.
Well, we'll expect a lot from Graham. He'll have to really perform in this second half because he didn't do too much in the first half.
Well, the player that was doing a lot of the work in the first half is now off the field, but he's down there on the sideline with Terry Spargo, and that's Nev Draper.
Well, Nev, trouble with stomach cramp. How do you feel now?
Still a bit sick, Terry.
You're in the dressing room at half-time, mate. What did Graham say to the boys?
Graham said to the boys, just get out there, pull your finger out, and do what you're told to do and win the game.
It started pretty well. What happened towards the end of the first half? They seemed to relax a bit, Norse.
Yeah, I think we've had a fair bit of the ball, been doing a lot of running, and a bit of our conditioning is getting stuck into them now. But they'll come out now, you can see it now, they're going to run all over them.
All right, Nev, well, let's hope you're feeling better very soon.
Thanks a lot, Terry.
Well, that's Northern Suburbs throwing the ball around and getting a fair bit out of it too. They ended up just about on the Valley's quarter line. Well, Nev Draper certainly laid on the line as to what's going to happen.
Yes, they'll have to run all around and run over them this half because they had their chance the first half and didn't do that.
In by Strudwick. That was a bit of a gamble on Strudwick's part. That didn't come off. Over the shoulder of Murray. Dutton can't pick it up, but Valleys can. That's the chance they wanted. Affleck to Klein. Klein starting to motor along. Now he gets it away to Whelan. Cuts back inside. Got away from Dunn. Over the top to Klein. If he could get it away, it would have been danger. Sislowski.
That's his one weakness, unloading the ball. Tucks it under his arm.
Lewis, Strudwick out wide again. That long pass coming in very handy. Strudwick just not getting away. He's knocked it on too. Referee Ward didn't miss it.
Well, Valley's moving nicely.
Strudwick standing right out and Lewis using that long floating pass, and they're using it to great effect.
Well, they're cutting out a lot of the North's defence in doing so. And we must remember they've got a lot of youngsters in Valley's back line.
This looked as though it was going to be a Valley's ball. It's a penalty. And this will relieve the pressure somewhat again. Penalties at this stage. Going Valley's way by 9-2. Norths are getting scrums 8-4.
I don't agree with that when they fall over in the scrums, because it's not always the fellas who fall over first.
Yeah.
It's not always their fault, but oh well, that's how they referee it. That's how we'll have to put up with it.
That's Falvey. Takes a tap, Bernarden. And also Konescu coming in for the tackle. Johnston is dummy half. Strudwick. McGuinness. McGuinness wrapped up in the centre. Niebling there with that blood streaming down his nose from that collision with Pine earlier in the match. Who's going to end up with it here? Whelan. And he lost it.
Oh.
And Henrik offside.
Yes, it came off a Norths player, unfortunately, back to Henrik. It's technically, the referee is correct, but oh boy, Valley's luck's going with them today. Big Vic Whelan was watching the man, and Strudwick was standing there. He must have stood there for at least 8 seconds, and Norths allowed him to do so.
Well, I suppose nobody would deny Valley's getting a little bit of luck, Mick. They haven't had exactly the best of it the last couple of weeks.
Well, that's true, too. I hadn't thought of that.
So Susloski with a chance to get another 2 points on the board for Valleys. And at this time in the second half, to get the extra 2 points on and give them a lead of 6 would be very, very handy.
Yes, more than a converted try away. And Norths, I feel, are looking down the barrel a little bit.
There's nothing like sharing some time with your friends. Good friends are hard to find. Sharing your laughter, sharing your mind. No, there's nothing like sharing your good times with a friend. And good times come with sharing Samboy. Lots of good flavors for lots of good friends. Good times come with sharing Samboy. Samboy with a friend.
Would you like to pour this? There you go.
What's up?
By the way, I need some new tyres.
New tyres?
Yes, we had a skid on the way home from school, didn't we? Yeah.
Okay, you better get some retreads today.
Retreads? But you can get new tyres for less than $20.
Come on, you're kidding.
That's true.
Where?
Bob Jan T-Marts.
It sounds incredible, but the lady's quite right. Firstly, if you want retreads, we're offering them for an incredible $9.90 with written guarantee. Or if you want new tyres, this brand new tubeless crossply, suitable for these popular makes of cars, for only $19.90. And if you want radials, this brand new tubeless radial for an amazingly low $29.90. All purchases are fitted, statically balanced, and come with a written guarantee. We offer no deposit terms to approved customers and welcome bank card. Bob Jane T-Marts are Australia's largest independent multi-brand tyre retailer. Nationwide service, price and guarantee. Don't delay. Visit us today.
We're silver happy, 25 years and we're silver. Maya Silver, silver happy, the Maya Silver happy anniversary.
The celebration's on for the Maya 25th anniversary. Celebrate with the magnificent Maya Silver Collections, an exclusive range of finest quality merchandise. Just look for this special label.
We're silver happy, 25 years and we're silver. Maya Silver, silver happy, the Maya Silver happy anniversary.
Come on in and celebrate. Join in the competitions, the Silver Happy in-store events, and save on the hundreds of Silver Happy specials in every department. Don't miss out. Look for the sensational Maya Silver Happy specials in tomorrow's press. Starbucks Viper is hit in a silent attack.
We seen you, Boomer.
And heads towards danger.
Starbuck had to crash land. They planted on the far edge of Omega Sector. At least we don't rust.
Where he is saved from the clutches of the Cylon Empire.
We fight a common foe. You could have broken half the hearts on the Galactica, including mine.
We trade Starbuck to the tin cans for fodder. By your command.
Battle Star Galactica. The saga continues Saturday at 7:30 on 7.
Out there with Niebling again, just cleaning up his nose again. Quite a deal of blood coming from there, as you saw a short time ago. So Ross Strudwick would be breathing a little easier now?
Yes, well, it's a position that Valleys haven't been in for many, many games.
Kicks on its way. Let's have a look at it. It is there. Nice kick by Susloski. And Valleys go to a lead of 11 points to 5. Brian Niebling again, as you can see. Quite a deal of blood from that nose, but he's carrying on. Joe Kilroy to kick off. And the acid test now coming back onto Northern Suburbs. Can they rally back? Valleys have opened up a gap of a 6-point break. Taken back there by Muir. Running it up into the field of play. Eventually put down about 5 metres into the playing area. Strudwick to Affleck. Eventually put down by Bernarden. Dummy half is Johnson. Johnson will swing it away there to Niebling. Walker's the one to meet him in the tackle. And also getting into it is Bernarden. Johnson to Strudwick. Affleck. Lewis. Lewis got a quick pass. It bounced, not a good pass to Ian Summer, and he couldn't handle it.
Tried to get the quick one to him, and well, the idea was on.
Yeah, it was the right idea. There's no risk about that.
Yep.
Strudwick to feed the scrub now. Valleys needing possession out of the West, but they don't get it. There's the little halfback Henrik. He's going for the corner. He's in. Made it look so simple. Bad miss. Made it look very, very simple indeed. And Strudwick seemed to be riveted to the spot.
Yes, well, actually, it was the dummy that threw Strudwick, as you'll see. Henrik picks the ball up, goes to the right, dummies, steps, and back he goes. He's wrong-footed the entire side, and by the time they recover, that corner's got very close and close enough to put her over the white line.
Here it is from the head on. This will give us a much better idea, I would say. There he goes. Boom, and Strudwick's gone, and he's committed himself a bit too much. Just couldn't muster out after him. Sizlowski came across, but it was too much of a break. And so little Rossi Henrik sneaks in for a try and brings Northern Suburbs right back into the match.
There he is. The most underrated halfback in Brisbane. I'd have him in my team every time.
Mark Murray with plenty to say to the team. Valleys have a lead of 11 points to 8. Now we see Gary Warnock right on the touchline. A very hefty kick from here, and that wind to contend with, blowing across his kick. Error count at this stage in the match, 7-7. So it's pretty much even from the error point of view.
It will be a tremendous game if he can put this one over. Oh, the balls fell over.
Yes, it'll certainly bring the life well back into it. Not that the life has gone out of it.
No, it's been quite a good game, but it'll bring the best out of both sides.
Well, if Valleys can settle this team down that they have here, they've had so many changes in the first half, it's made it very difficult. But if they can settle down with this team, they've got to be a big chance from here to win the match. But a lot can happen. A lot will happen if Warnock can put this over. There he is. As we slowly draw back, and you'll get a good idea of what it's all about. It's on its way. It's way away to the left-hand side of the uprights. Waved away. So the score remains Valleys 11 and North's 8. Minutes into the second half of the match. Wally Lewis bringing play back onto the halfway mark. And Strudwick comes across to put it into play. Big long one. Going to be taken back there by Bird. Ooh, slipped under Wheeland, but eventually picked up by Klein. He'll play it now. Dummy half is Dutton. Decides to go himself, Peter Dutton. He'll be wrapped up 10 metres from halfway. Strudwick underneath. Canescu. Tackled by Strudwick. Got it to Napa. Napa on the halfway mark, put down a couple of metres inside Valley territory. That was Lewis. Bernarden, Henrik, Walker, then across to Graham. Graham put down a couple of metres inside Valley territory. Dummy half was done to Henrik, puts in the little chip kick. He's following out after it. Can he be the first one there? No, Johnson barreled him out of the road and ended up with it. Pretty close.
Well done from Johnson. He got across there quite quickly to cover that.
I'd say Henrik was odds on to take it the way he was getting through.
Yes, he looked as though he was going to do it easily.
Johnson now's up as dummy half. He decides to go himself, trying to find a way up the centre. But Walker soon takes care of him. Summer dummy half. He goes himself, taking it up the centre, steadying it up a bit. Now they'll probably spin it from here. Johnson wasn't quite sure, he wasn't ready, he was looking around, but he decided to keep going himself now. Final tackles coming up. What will Valleys have in store here? As Summer sends it away to Lewis. There's a little chip kick by Lewis. He's regathered. He's got Strudwick inside. He's still going as Lewis puts in a little grubber kick. He's out after it. He could be the first one there. I reckon he'll win the race. No, Muir does, and it's a tie. Beautiful work by Lewis again. We'll get a good look at the head-on.
Oh, watch the two little short kicks, viewers. You will never see that again. That's the first one. And he regains it beautifully. Then he looks for the support, puts North's defence off, stands them up, and says, no, I think I'll go again. And here comes the second short kick. That's the one. And I tell you what, Muir wasn't taking any. Well, look at Muir coming. He's not taking any chances that Lewis will make it. And it's Muir's try. Oh, the beauty of it all.
Do you reckon it's him, or do you reckon it's...
Well, it was touch and go, but I'll give it to Muir.
Well, we'll have a look. The head-on will show us for sure exactly who's going to be first one at home. Here's Lewis now. There's the little chip kick. Following out after it. Still going, comes up to Kilroy, turns around, got away from Dews again, and then starts to go. Finds that he's got Warnock in front of him. The grubber kick, it's back in the in-goal area. There's the legs of Dougie Muir racing towards it. Muir's the first one there. Lewis in behind him. And so a try for Fortitude Valley, and they're right back into the match. Well, down in the in-goal area, Mark Murray tells us now. What does he say to his team in a situation such as this?
Breakdown in play is about the only time you can actually instruct players. When the play's flying pretty fast, it's pretty hard to say too much on the run. Most of the time you'll find that when tries are scored, it's not an individual player's fault. It's more a team lapse or something that results in the try. I talk to the team as a whole, try and encourage the team, work out where our main fault was, and encourage those people involved. Very seldom blame one particular player or losing a field with one player. I don't think that's the answer. I think you've got to go back as a team and forget about the past. It's what you're going to do after the try's been scored that counts at the end.
Well, that kick at goal is missed by Sizlowski, so the score remains Valleys 14 and Northern Suburbs 8. Coming back now, and we've got another change coming up. Check it out with Terry Spargo in a minute. It's another one to the Valley camp. That's Sizlowski back in the in-goal area. Sizlowski starting to motor up the centre. Mark Graham will be the first one there, and Graham is going to put him over. Terry, what's the change?
Well, Vic Whelan's left, and Mattingly is on to replace him. Whelan came to the sideline. Dr. Tom Dooley had a look at him, and I think he's broken his wrist, Vic Whelan. He refused to go off at first, went back onto the field, but eventually the force of the Valley's opinion got him off the field. So Vic Whelan off, Mattingly is on in the centres for Valleys.
Okay, so that's just yet another change coming up here at Lang Park in this Valley side. Just as well their reserve grade they're in the semis. They've got fresh reserves, they've got enough of them.
I tell you what, they've needed the whole Valley lot.
Okay, this is Valleys in possession. Back it comes over there to Klein. Eventually going to be put to the ground. About 20 metres out from his own line. Final tackle on the way to Strudwick. Strudwick kicks for touch. Kilroy will be the one to take it, though. Strudwick's over in the centre, but chasing him across over there is Falvey, and Falvey's eventually the one to put him to the ground. He'll play it now. North's trying to find a way through.
The Norths will have to throw everything at it, and of course they'll run into a pretty stiff Valleys defence, I feel.
Well, Valley should be firing away pretty well. They've got the adrenaline pumping now with a lead of 14-8, 15 minutes gone.
Yes, the tail's well and truly up.
Bernarden to Henrik, to Murray. Murray wrapped up on the quarter line. He'll play it now. Mark Graham is the dummy half. Decides to go himself. We haven't seen a lot of Graham today. That's Bernarden. Pass back to no one. It's rolling on the ground. Strudwick's diving at it, but he's not going to be the first one there. First one to come away with it. It was done, and so now we'll have a scrum coming up.
Well, I don't wish to harp on it too much, Bill, but by Jove, North's are missing Nev Draper at the back of that pack.
Yes, there hasn't been much of that thrust. Penalty Norths. Not retiring Strudwick. Penalty Northern Suburbs. And no doubt they'll take the 2 points. Come in very handy as Gary Warnock comes in to take the shot at goal. So at Lang Park at this stage, 17 minutes gone. Valleys with a lead of 14-8. Few of the statistics out of the match. Scrums are going North's way by 10-4. Penalties are going Valleys' way by 10-3. And it's 2 tries apiece.
And that's about how the game looks too. Norths, it was all Norths the first half with the ball. And since Valleys have got it near the latter part of that first half and also this second half, they've looked good with the ball. And that's how it is. So whoever's going to win will have to learn it the hard way.
Now we see Warnock taking plenty of time with the lining up of the ball here. Not quite as big a crowd as we had last week, Mick.
No, not, of course. I suppose they all thought that it was a foregone conclusion that North would thump Valleys and go automatically into the grand final against South.
Kick by Warnock is on its way, and it's there. Another 2 points on the board for the Devils, but Valleys are leading by 14-10. Ronnie Lewis back there on the halfway mark, getting ready to kick off. Northern Suburbs getting back into it a bit with that try by Henrik. Here's the kick off. It's going to be taken back there by Dutton. Dutton coming up to the quarter line before he'll be wrapped up. Henrik's up his dummy half. He's been a great little player for Norths.
Yes, his work rate is unbelievable. When you look at the size of the fellow.
That's Bernarden going to the ground with it. Canescu dummy half. Over to Walker. Tackled over there this time by Johnson. Henrik, Napa. Can't get the pass away either. Goes to the ground with it. 15 metres from halfway. North. Canescu, Henrik. Shane Bernarden. Strudwick underneath. Also into the tackle this time is Affleck. Final tackle. Henrik. Cross to Murray. Then to Kilroy. Kilroy swung around, put to the ground. The end of the tackle counts, and a scrum coming up. It'll be about 12 metres inside North territory. Henrik to feed now. Whole scrum screwing around. Waiting for the ball to go in again. This taken out by Henrik again. Gee, they're not getting a lot of ball today, Valleys. And Johnson doesn't seem to have made too much difference. He won a little bit more than...
Well, so I suppose Richards hadn't won any, so if he won one, he's won a little bit more, but he did win the ones in that first half that they wanted badly. But as you say, he hasn't done much in the second half.
That's done being wrapped up over there by Klein, who forced him back a few metres on the tackle. Canescu. Bird's up as dummy half this time for Norths. Bird across over to Henrik. Back inside it goes to Walker. Big strong run by the second row, one of the few we've seen from him today. Bernarden, Henrik, Murray. Then away to Graham. Graham going to be wrapped up 5 metres from halfway. Final tackle. Not making a great deal of headway with the ball, Norths. Dutton away to Henrik. He's going to put in a kick for the line. It's a good one. Nice piece of work by Henrik again. Play coming up to just inside the Valleys quarter line. Waiting for the scrum to pack down up there now. Some of these players starting to get a little bit slow on the movements.
Yes, jaded or wilted.
Ward telling that front row exactly what he wants. In by Strudwick, another North ball. Over to Graham standing wide. Then away to Warnock coming around on the wing. But he'll be put to the ground on the quarter line. Dummy half is Graham. Goes himself. Going to be wrapped up by Affleck though. No chance of getting the pass away. Dummy half up there is Canescu. Crossfield still going Canescu. Now he straightens up. Dummy half is Murray. Murray touched by the opposition. Another 6 tackles. That's done.
Silly thing to do by Brian Niebling. He's given North a big chance to go in.
Canescu. Back over to Henrik. To Murray. To Dutton. Bump back, but start to go again. Now he gets it away this time to Graham. Here's a chance. Graham looking for support. Oh, he went to put it back inside and then eventually held onto it. Kilroy's up as dummy half. He was tackled there by Lewis. Kilroy. Crossover there this time to Murray. Coming back in there this time. Touch judge coming in. He wants play to stop because Lewis is down. He's in a bit of trouble too. Murray, matter of fact, was there helping him for a while. Or rather, Graham. Now they've lost to the North Valleys ball. Referee Ward is going to call a halt. Lewis in trouble. Now there's a bit of a melee going on over there between the other players. Lewis is in trouble. He's having a bit of trouble breathing. Trouble with his stomach. He's pointing at his stomach. He's having a lot of trouble. Mark Graham was the one that he tackled, and Graham immediately saw that there was trouble, and he looked to the touch judge to try and get the play stopped. And I think they need the doctor there very smartly because Lewis is in a lot of trouble.
You're not wrong, Bill.
Now they're calling for the doctor very quickly to come across. Dr. Tom Dooley on his way.
I thought they should have called much earlier than that for the doctor.
He's in a bit of trouble here. He's giving him some mouth-to-mouth at the moment to keep things going. He's having a lot of trouble breathing there at the moment, is Lewis. Tom Dooley's on the way. The North doctor is on the way also. Someone's humped up the fence there that obviously knows a bit about things, but now he's right because the Valley's doctor, Tom Dooley, is there.
If you're looking for some clothes to wear, something with a bit of flair, Waltons are the people you should deal with. For things soft and feminine, you should buy the best you can, and Waltons are the people you should deal with. For Barry, Joseph, and them Cole, Leon, Cutler, Stitches too. If you want your man to look his best, at prices that will beat the rest, Waltons are the people you should deal with. If you're looking for the latest batch of tops and bottoms, mix and match, Waltons are the people you should deal with. For designs that are a lot of fun, fashion for the younger ones, Waltons are the people you should deal with. For clothes that make you look your best, at prices that will beat the rest, Waltons are the people. Waltons are the people you should deal with.
Table by Therese in Bird's Eye Maple and Gold. Dining room in Baritone and Corktown by Berger Vogue. Victorian milk glass and porcelain lamp. Ceiling in Verno Verde and Antique White by Berger Vogue. Beautiful handmade tiles from Portugal. Kitchen in chamois and Cabernet gloss by Berger Vogue. Vogue by Berger. In 32 greens, 18 pinks, 24 browns, 21 blues, exciting colours in mirror gloss or stylish ultra flat. A flat so flat, yet even when you wash it, it won't leave a shine. Chair from Readerama by Charles McIntosh. Hallway in Calypso Blue by Berger Vogue. 18th century secretaire in Briar of Walnut. Living room in Oxley Olive by Berger Vogue. Vogue by Berger. Fashion to paint with. Get the colour card soon.
It's Snappy Tom time, real fish time. 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 Snappy Tom time.
There you go, you lazy old thing. And what have you been doing all day?
It's amazing how far a cat will go at Snappy Tom time.
Wednesday night at 7:30 on Chips.
Do you fellas ever drop around the fun crowd?
Well, if we're encouraged.
Consider yourself encouraged.
Old friends of Punch invent a new game, Freeway Dodgems. And at 8:30, Quincy orders an inquest into a routine heart attack victim.
Sit down here.
Let me take a look. All right. You can look, but if you do, I'm going to take it personally. Go ahead.
You could be playing a very dangerous game.
I'm not playing games.
Medical incompetence and cover-up. Next on Quincy, Wednesday night at 8:30. Right after the action of Chips at 7:30 on 7.
So there's taking plenty of time to let him get himself together.
Yes, well,
he's pulling the socks up, so... Terry, you've got a replacement lined up down there already for Warrie Lewis at this stage.
Lindsay Gill has already gone onto the field. Bill, he's wearing jersey number 22, so Lindsay Gill on for Warrie Lewis after that unfortunate incident. There was quite a lot of concern for Lewis on the Valley's bench just a couple of minutes ago.
Well, from over here, it was quite obvious that he was in a lot of trouble.
He got one in the throat, according to the trainer, Brian Canavan, and he just couldn't breathe.
Well, he's being assisted around there now at this stage. Very slowly, but now we'll get back to the field of play. Valley's in possession. Away from dummy half is Johnson. He'll be tackled up there and put to the ground by Canescu. About to play it. Away from dummy half this time. Going up there is Summer. Johnson is the dummy half. Johnson going himself, puts the head down, tries to burrow a way through, getting up close to the quarter line. Valley's with a lead of 14-10. 22 minutes into the second half. That's McGuinness. Well, the players out in the centre will be quite happy about it getting a bit of a break anyway, Nick, because some of those were...
Yes, they were standing in the cool of the shade over there of the stand, which is creeping across the ground, as you can see.
That'll be Zillman with it.
Tell you what, Valleys will miss Lewis. Just that little bit of magic at the back there, and it helps Strudwick no end.
Well, he certainly was there when they wanted him, and he provided plenty for them. But, gee, once again, it's North winning the scrum. Valleys just can't win. It's a Murray. He's in. Murray's in underneath the post. Underneath the post for Mark Murray. And they trailing now by 1 point, but the kick is dead set in front.
And watch this. This is the man, Mark Graham. He had to do something, and standing off the ruck, that's his strong point, and he can unload the ball, as you see him giving it to Murray, and untouched and under the post.
Well, that's got North back into it, right back into it, and should be able to take them to the front. Here it is now. There's Henrik. Cross to Graham. And he's got a couple draped around him. Was still able to get the pass away.
He's a lot stronger than he looks, Graham, and great balance too for a long-legged fellow. He looks as though he could be a little awkward, but he's not. Tremendous balance.
Well,
withstood the defence and then unloaded beautifully.
That was yet another scrum that Northern Suburbs have been able to win in the second half. They won scrums 5-0 at the moment in the second half.
Oh, well. Trevor Johnson not doing the same as Richards did in the first half.
Yes.
You can't win without the ball.
Scrums are now 13-4. It was always thought there would be a problem with Valleys at some stage in their makeup.
Well, it's all coming out at once today.
Now we'll see Warnock with the shot at goal that'll boot them to the front. Through it goes. And so Northern Suburbs are back into the lead. 18 minutes to go. They lead by the 1 point, 15-14. There's the kick-off now, coming back to Bernardin. It'll be on now for this final 20 minutes or so. Canescu. Well, someone said this morning, I think, Mick, that on Sports Scene, that Canescu could be the key man of the match. He's turned out to be the one.
Yes, he's won the ball, and that's all that North wanted.
Bernardin is the dummy half. Napa. Bundled up in the centre there. Henrik unloaded, though. Got it away then to Bernardin. Over the halfway mark. And he's going to be put to the ground. Lindsay Gill coming in over the top. A bit of a scuffle going on there. But a penalty has been awarded to Northern Suburbs. And Strudwick coming across to have a couple of things to say to Lindsay Gill, who's only just come onto the field. The quick tap is taken. Bernardin. And they're about 25 metres out now, Northern Suburbs. Leading by 15-14. Canescu. To Hughes. No chance of getting it away, though. Dummy half Canescu again to Henrik. Then away to Murray. Dutton. And was going to send it away, but eventually went to the ground with it. About to play it. Henrik. Graham. Unloaded again, this time to Kilroy. He got away from the tackle coming up there from Gill. And eventually Henrik, he got up and started to go again. And he'll be put to the ground this time by Johnson. Napa is the dummy half. To Murray. Then away to Dutton. Cutting back inside. Still going Dutton. But eventually held up right on the quarter line. Final tackle coming up. Dummy half Bernardin. He'll send it back over to Murray. Puts in a little chip kick. Taken back there by Seslowski. Some saying it was a late tackle as Murray went down.
No, Mr. Ward saw that one and said play on.
Away from dummy half this time. Going through there is Mattingly. And one of the few times Valleys have been able to see much of the ball in this second half. Affleck to McGuinness. Trying to shoulder charge Murray off. Got the pass away to Summer. Summer got it away to Muir. Muir trying to step around the tackler who was done. Summer is the dummy half. Goes himself over the quarter line. Eventually held up in the tackle of Dutton and also Warnock. Dummy half Muir. Back to Affleck. Over the top to Gill. Gill wrapped up in the centre. Final tackles coming up. Dummy half this time is Johnson. Now he unloads it across to Dougie Muir on the wing. He'll be wrapped up this time by Dutton. The end of the tackle counted, so we have a scrum coming up. North's leading by 15-14 in this preliminary final.
Street's Blue Ribbon Ice Cream.
Tastes so good and it
enriched with wholesome buttermilk.
Just so good on its own.
It deserves the blue ribbon of excellence. Creamy vanilla
Good enough to eat on their own.
or tangy tropical fruit ripple.
Streets blue ribbon ice cream.
There are 4 blue ribbon flavors. They taste good, all on their own.
Come on out to the Flaming Bee Bonanza. They serve the food the way it ought to be. Bonanza. It's a real, don't cost a lot. Come on out and see what they've got. For lunch or dinner, it's sure the place to be. All kinds of food, there ain't no doubt. Give Mom a break, let's take her out. Bonanza, just look for the Flaming Bee.
Open 7 days at Annerley, Aspley, Sunnybank and Broadbeach, and now at Carindale.
Winter's over early and Curtin Wonderland are stuck with heaps of winter lines they just can't sell. Like velvet quilt sets from Saraband were up to $220, cut to a crazy $150. Continental quilts, all sizes, take your pick at $20. Quilted bedspreads, Curtin Wonderland have a heap to sell, so out they go, all sizes for $30. Sheridan complete sheet sets are below cost price, $19, $28 and $32. Heaps of other savings now at Curtin Wonderland. It's the only place to go.
Have you looked inside your Norman Ross furniture catalogue yet? It's full of fantastic deals. Like this Veronica modular lounge suite with built-in corner bar, $875. And to match, the Copenhagen 7-piece dining suite, $479. The Total Look Wentworth bedroom suite, stacks of storage space, $645. And this is ideal to take advantage of our great weather, just $99. There's a whole lot more in Norman's first furniture catalogue. On show at all stores now. Next on Cop Shop.
If you see a black and white cat with a little pink nose, would you let me know?
He's our peeping Tom.
Amanda cracks a case, and Liz Cameron learns the truth about Jerry.
I don't think you want me to meet your big brother. You see, I've just come out of jail.
Cop Shop, Tuesday at 8:30, then at 9:30.
Tibbetts, acting airport manager.
We appear to have an emergency with...
A light plane is out of control. The pilot has passed out, and it's heading right for Pacific International.
Easy. But it's going to crash.
Cop Shop, followed by Skyways 80 Tuesday night on 7.
Ball into the scrum, another North ball. Over this time to Bird, the winger. Pulled out a couple of metres short of halfway. Bernardin to Henrik. To Graham, he's lost it. And the referee to play the knock-on.
Well, Norths with all the ball, they'll certainly start to run Valley's ragged shortly, I feel. They must crack shortly without this ball.
Well, you can't chase leather all day, can you?
No, not in a final.
Scrums are 7-2, but that'll be 7-3 and a penalty coming up for Valleys. Scrums in the match have gone 15-6 Northern Suburbs way.
Well, Valleys have come up a little with the scrum count, but by Jove.
That's Ross Strudwick down injured at the moment. Trainer's on with him. The referee says, come on, you've got to come up and take this penalty. Szlosky is going to kick for touch. Meanwhile, Strudwick still receiving attention. Here's the kick. It's going to be a nice kick. Oh, Kilroy threw himself through the air trying to tap it back into the field of play. But this will put the pressure on. Dummy or the tap will be taken up there by Johnson. He tries to burrow his way through. I don't like the chance of getting through there.
Brick wall of China.
I've got a better chance of winning the casket. Now there's a bit of stoush going on between Napa and Gill in the background. There's Johnson again, getting pretty close.
That's not the way to do it. They must move the ball to their back line. They've got a good back line, Valleys. Why don't they use it?
They'll have to spin it out this time, I'd say. Summer to Strudwick. He gets it away to McGuinness. McGuinness going to be put down. Still with a couple of men over. Let it go in this trouble.
Didn't even have a look.
Gill sends it away to Strudwick. He'll let it go. Affleck got it on to Klein. Klein is going to be pulled out about 5 metres out. Final tackle coming up. Dummy half. Waiting for it is Mattingly. He'll send it to Strudwick. The little kick by Strudwick. They're following through, but it's going to be taken back there by Dunn. Penalty.
That was, well, we may see it on the instant replay, but he was certainly put down on that occasion. I don't think there's an act on that, but then again, I might be falling for the 2-card trick also.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure we'll get a look at that. Here it goes now. Here's the replay.
Strudwick puts the short kick up. There it is. Oh, well, it could have been, it's once again one of those. I don't think that one hurt too much.
Anyway, the penalty has been awarded. There's Strudwick. The touch judge has also put his flag up. He was going to go in.
Yes, well, Graham just bumped him. I suppose it's an illegal tackle, so that's it. But I don't think it hurt Strudwick as much as he was making out. And the crowd letting letting us know too. They're not falling for it.
Well, you get another look at it again here, Mick, and we'll leave it to the people to make up their own minds. That's Strudwick going through. And referee Ward, you can see, having a good look back there. And no hesitation on his part to award the penalty. So now Sislowski with his second chance, a little bit easier than the last one. Norths with a lead of 1 point, 15-14. There's about 3 minutes to go. Can this be the kick to get them through to the grand final?
Strudwick coming over and baiting the crowd a little. Look at him. He's giving them plenty.
Sislowski moving in. He's going to miss it. Way to the right-hand side of the uprights. Taken back there by Kilroy. Can they pin him in the in-goal area? Yes, they can. Job out from underneath the goal mouth. Kept the pressure right on him. Maybe that wasn't a good move of Strudwick's to get the crowd going like that. It wouldn't have helped Sislowski.
No, it didn't at all.
But they'll get the ball back out of this dropout.
Yes, there was great defence from Bally's to pin Joe Kilroy in there.
Referee Ward saying, come on, Bird, you've got to drop this ball out from there. Here it goes, up the centre. Taken back there by Niebling. And a heap of Northern Suburbs players charging up the centre to meet him up there as the minutes tick away. 3 minutes to go. Dummy half is Johnson. He'll send it away to Strudwick. On it goes to Gill. Gill going to be wrapped up in the centre. 15-14, Norths are leading. Johnson, Strudwick. Gets it away to Klein. Klein slipped over as he tried to cut back inside. Strudwick again. Works the blind side. Bounced off Zillman. Went to Summer. And Summer's going to be wrapped up. He'll play it. Dummy half Johnson. He'll send it across to Strudwick. Gets it away to Klein. Slipped out of a couple of tackles. Still going. No support. Final tackle. Johnson. Strudwick. Got to put the kick up. Came off the side of the boot somewhat. Players going in all directions. Niebling will take it. Referee to play a knock-on in there. And he'll scrum it up on the quarter line.
Well, it's real final stuff, isn't it?
And there's players lying everywhere here. The Valley's trainer, I tell you what, he has had his work cut out.
Yes, it's one of the fitter men on the field.
Oh, dearie me.
Tearing back and forth.
He's covered more miles today than a council bus. And I'd say quite a few of the players will be appreciating a little bit of a rest at this stage. Not long to go.
Well, looking at it, Bally's lack the variety now. I think Norths have got it, but look at it, there it is, 2 minutes to go and right on. And Bally's attacking Norths, but there's no variety. They're just either putting the kick up and hoping for the best, or throwing it out, or trying to go on their own. That's not enough variety to win a final.
Strudwick's down again. Back onto his feet. And about to continue. Waiting for the ball to go in. This will be Hendrick. And Norths can expect to win another scrum, I'd say. They've won most of them in their second half. There's no reason why they shouldn't take this one.
It's fair to assume that, all right.
But they make fools out of us.
They always do that.
Every time you try to speculate, there's trouble. Strudwick getting up to play it. Niebling's dummy half. He decides to go himself. Niebling puts his head down.
And this is where the fellow the size of Al McGuinness should be steaming onto it.
Here's Johnson. Working a crossover in the centre. Is Strudwick going to set himself for the field goal? There's Summer. Not making much headway. He's going across field, as a matter of fact. Coming up is Johnson as dummy half. Johnson will send it back to Strudwick. The shot at drop goal. It's bounced away from Kilroy. Coming across to Klein. He's up to get it. He still hasn't got it. Kilroy's got it. And that could be the ball game. It'll be taken by Mark Murray. Murray will go across over in centre field, and they'll just wrap it up from here.
Far too slow, Strudwick. I think he telegraphed the whole business. Well, I'm sure he did, because we were waking up to it.
And if we've worked it out, Mick?
Yes, everyone must have worked it out. That goes without saying.
That's Bird over there. Norths have got it wrapped up now. They'll just play it away, nice and tight. Coming in over the top is Zillman in the tackle of Henrik, and he's had a mighty little game today. That's Strasser. Put to the ground at the end of the tackle count. Well, he's one man short. There's one up there receiving some attention at this stage from the trainer.
There's Niebling still down the back play.
Got about a minute to go at the most. Ball in by Henrik. Taken out by Strudwick. He'll get the way over there this time to Sislowski. Sislowski, there's a full-time hooter, and it's all over. All over. And Northern Suburbs go into the grand final. They've defeated Valleys by 15 to 14. Well, Mick, we certainly had plenty of excitement. Valleys looked as though they might have got away with it, but a good fight back by Northern Suburbs.
Oh, yes, you've got to admire them for that. Valley's problem, I think, was they didn't have any ball. Never had any ball all day when they needed it. And that was North's strong point. They had plenty of it, threw it around, and eventually, as we could see, the turning of the tide came when Ross Henrik went over for that try in the corner. That was the end of the ball game for Valleys.
They're up against South next week. In one word, can they beat them?
No, I think I'd be putting my farm on Southern Suburbs the way North played this afternoon. They had all the ball and couldn't do too much with it. Not an impressive showing from North going into a grand final at all.
And what about the man of the match?
Henrik has got my vote at last. I'm able to give it to him. He really earned it the hard way.
Well, just behind us there is that try that he scored, and that was probably about the crucial part of the match.
That was it, as I said, the turning point, and that was Strudwick's mistake, I might add also.
All right, well, that's about it for this week. We'll be back next week for the big one. It's the grand final. North will be going against Southern Suburbs. Hope you'll join us then. Until then, Billy J. Smith, for Mick Beavers and Terry Spargo, saying good night from Seven's Big League.